This is a day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I expect today to be a beautiful day. I expect to be a joyous, happy individual. I take responsibility for being loved because I am what God has created. I am an intricate, delicate, complex, fascinating, wonderful, responsive being. All of this is a gift from my source. I recognize the value of it, and I know that my body, my mind, my spirit, all that I am, requires love, appreciation, joy, to function in a healthy and happy way. I take responsibility for that. I give myself this morning love. Beginning the day with stretching and breathing, to tone the muscles, to give life to the body, to treat it as a loved instrument, and balanced relaxation, to revitalize and renew myself. Now I sit in a comfortable position for relaxation and take a deep breath, filling my lungs from the bottom to the top, and sighing it out to float away to a quiet, open meadow that is a beautiful place for relaxation, meditation. The meadow that I have chosen as a sacred place to walk with the Master, the source of my being. Begin now to see your meadow. See it clearly. See it as you have remembered it. Notice where things are and what they look like. Wild flowers here and there. The beauty of the rocks, the trees, the mountains, the sky above. Notice particularly the kinds of trees that are in the meadow. Walk among them and touch them. Lean up against a tree and feel the texture of the bark. Make it real. As you lean against a tree, you can hear the breeze just rustling the leaves slightly overhead. You can look out across the grass of the meadow and see it waving in the breeze. You can feel the warmth of sunlight on your skin and the breath of a breeze. You can hear the birds welcoming the morning and see the butterflies. Listen to the sound of the brook, the water, tumbling over rocks, sloshing, splashing, gurgling, singing, dancing, sparkling mountain stream of water. Listen to the sound of the water and let it take you more completely to a subtler reality. This meadow, this separate reality, is the prime reality of the moment. This is where I am. I have left all else to the sensory world, and I've stepped into this quiet, subtler world because I want to begin my day with my source. This is a day in school. I'll be aware that my inner teacher who walks with me is structuring this day. I will not meet anyone today by accident. All the people I meet are carefully selected, screened by my teacher. Their personalities, their reactions and responses, their words, their interactions with me will give me opportunities to respond in particular ways. And those that cause me to have a negative or uncomfortable response will also cause me to know more about myself, where my weaknesses are, where the areas are that I need to grow and find new responses that work better for me and better for others. This day, I will take opportunities to learn new ways to communicate, to say clearly and lovingly what I would like to say, and to hear what others are saying. As I meet those who enter my day today, I will care what they are saying, what they are feeling, who they are, and why they are in my life, knowing This is a cast of characters in a divine drama, the drama of life created by my source, my teacher, for me to find and play the appropriate role that will cause me to grow and function effectively as the possible human. Walking through this quiet and beautiful meadow, enjoying the birds, the flowers, the sounds of the meadow, the sights of the meadow, the beauty of this place, the feeling of the textures, the temperatures, the smells. I can smell wild flowers. I can smell the grass, the freshness of the breeze. I can taste the water from the brook. Walking in this quiet, subtler reality, once more I dedicate this place, this separate reality, to the source of life, and I say within myself, to the source of my being, I don't know just what you are, or exactly who you are. Perhaps you are not exactly as you have been described to me, but I do know my mind has a source. My body, what I am, comes from somewhere. The source of my mind must be a greater mind. This greater mind that is the source of my thought must know why I am, the things that I need to learn. And I've taken my mind away from all of the distractions of the sensory reality in order to come closer to the source of mind. I've created this meadow that I'm now experiencing for the specific purpose of drawing closer to the source of life. I've taken my mind away from distractions in order to hear clearly, to see clearly, to touch you, to feel the source of my being. I want to know you better. And it is for this reason that I take this quiet time this morning at the beginning of my day to attune myself to my partner, my source, my teacher, my friend, who will walk with me all this day. I am becoming quiet now in order to draw closer to you, source of life, and to continue that awareness all day today. If I think of you now, perhaps I will be reminded again and again as I go through today that you are with me, that we walk together, and that there is a purpose for those things that I experience and encounter today. And rather than being frustrated, instead of thinking that something has gone wrong, I will realize those things that occur in my life today, even the frustrations, are something going right. They are there to attract my attention to my own needs to grow and to change. May I discover this day those changes that will set the appropriate causes in motion to produce the appropriate effects in my life. This is a day in which I can learn to master the challenges of life and come a little closer to being the master of this life that I came to be. Now, standing in the quiet open meadow, look across the meadow and see that same spectacular seven-terraced mountain, like a great colorful pyramid reaching up to the sky. The uppermost garden of the mountain, the top of the mountain hidden behind a cloud. And from behind that cloud, a great light shines as brilliant as the sun, causing a golden edge to the clouds and sending out rays of light across the sky in a great sunburst, like the sunrise itself. And I'm drawn toward that sacred mountain like the mountain of Moses. I'll climb to the top as he did, climbing to the top of Sinai to communicate with the source of life. As he received the 10 Commandments at the top of the mountain, so I will receive those instructions that will guide my life, inspire my being, by leaving the sensory reality at the base of the mountain, I will take my consciousness into a higher place to receive guidance, instruction, inspiration, ideas, creativity, those things that will inspire me to do and say and be today what I can and should be for my own growth, for my own expression of joy, the joy of life. And as I approach this sacred mountain, may I feel within myself that it is all right to laugh, to sing, to smile today. Today can be a joyous experience, and so it will be, because I expect it to be so. And drawing into this first garden of expectancy, climbing over rocks and past the shrubs and bushes and trees of this special garden, this sacred mountain, I find myself entering that beautiful red garden with the rose bushes here and there, brilliant red roses set like jewels, like rubies, in the green of their leaves. And the red itself has an effect on me. Red is the color of energy, and there's a vitality of this garden, a vibrance that flows through me with a vibration of excitement, a sense of anticipation. Today is going to be an incredible experience in my life. I expect it, I want that, I want today to be a beautiful experience, a new experience of life. I want to grow. I want to see this day, experience this day as one should, when one is given, dedicated, committed to a growing and fruitful and effective life. Not just another day in life, but a special day of walking and talking and being with the Master, the source of life. Look around you at this red garden. Make it beautiful. Create beautiful things in this garden. Awaken your sense of creativity now. Put in the flowers that you most enjoy. Create the scenes and sights and shapes. Perhaps benches are here, fountains. Maybe there are birds, animals. What are the things that best occupy this brilliant red garden, the garden of excitement and anticipation? Create those things here and enjoy them. Let this garden in itself be a thrilling, exciting experience. And repeat the affirmation of the red garden, the statement of commitment. I will approach the meditation experience with a sense of anticipation and expectancy. I expect to be changed by this experience. I expect to be changed by this experience. Expectation goes beyond hoping, goes beyond wishing. I expect this next few minutes in this meditation experience to be a vital life change for me. I expect it. I expect it so much that I won't settle for less. I intend to be changed by this experience. Now feel that, more than just saying it, more than just thinking it. Experience a sense of anticipation, expectancy. Cause that to come alive before you go further. And then walk a little higher up the mountainside, climbing into the second garden, coming into a garden that is predominantly orange, brilliant orange. Orange is a mixture of red and gold, and this garden is a garden of transition from the brilliance of expectancy and excitement through a death, an ending, a closing of a chapter. Yesterday is finished. And all of the mistakes of yesterday, the weaknesses, the habits, the beliefs, are obsolete now. I've experienced those. I'm dying to who I used to be, even in this moment. Meditation is an experience of death and new birth. This orange garden is a place of dying to the reactions that I had yesterday, the regrets, the things that I might feel guilty about. I'm now forgiving myself for. And the guilt dies. It has no power over me. I am no longer guilty of those things, for I am beginning anew. I'm dying to who I used to be. And this orange garden is a place of burial of all the past. The past is dead and has no more power over me. And the affirmation says, I will forgive myself all mistakes and errors. I affirm that it is all right to make mistakes. I'm not my past. I will not cling to an old self-image. I am prepared to see myself in a new way. I will die to who I used to be and find out who I can become. The third garden is bright, sunny yellow. Move on beyond the orange garden into this brilliant sunlit yellow garden and see the beautiful yellow flowers, the bright mums here and there, beautiful yellow roses in full bloom, and the contrast of the yellow to the green of the leaves. A sunlit garden vibrant with life. Experience the life of the garden. There may be here a lemon tree with large, bright, yellow, juicy lemons. Whatever are the flowers, the fruits that most appeal to you, that become a part of this creation, be creative in this garden, creating new life. Know yourself to be a creative being, and those things that you create in consciousness become a part of your life. And this morning meditation is for the purpose of creating a beautiful, effective day, an experience of a great new life. Now create in yourself, in this moment, a feeling of being loved. I am loved. In fact, I love me. And the affirmation should not say, I am trying to love me, I am learning to love me, but rather, I take responsibility for that right now. I need love. And that is my responsibility. Therefore, I give to myself in this moment acceptance. I am all right. I have made mistakes. And yet, I am all right. I am this wonderful creation of my source, and God has done well. I have a responsibility to recognize that and to love what He has created and made in me. So I feel loved, and I will feel loved today, even if others should not love me. I'll take care of that. I will love me, and I will accept my love. I will affirm my all-rightness throughout the day. And this new me, this new life, will be and is a beautiful life, a life of joy. That's my responsibility, and I see to it. A joyous individual is a better individual. A happy person does not gossip, lie, or cheat, or steal. I become happier, more joyous now, in order to become better, more effective, more productive in life. The affirmation of this garden, old things are passed away. Behold, all things have become new. Move beyond the yellow garden now into the fourth garden. That is predominantly green. Garden of the forest, perhaps a grove of pines, ferns and moss cover the forest floor, and sunlight streams through the trees, making a green tent. The garden is quiet, peaceful, restful. There's a sense of a presence, a feeling I'm not alone. There's a presence walking with me here through the quiet of the garden, walking through the trees. It's the presence of that beautiful being, my friend, my teacher, the Master. An inner being that is like an older brother who's been this way before and knows the path, can walk with me and lead me into a new and higher consciousness. I commit myself to increased awareness that I am not alone. There is a presence or a factor alive within me that spurs me on to growth. There is a living impulse to be more than an animal or a machine. This presence is like a teacher, a friend, closer than a brother. I will stop all else for this moment to become more aware of this presence and come to know Him better. Allow yourself to feel the feeling of security that comes from being with someone you love, and walk together with the teacher to the 5th terrace garden. The 5th garden is predominantly blue. Perhaps there are blue morning glories climbing beside and perhaps over the path. Little blue cornflowers contrast with the grass, maybe spears of hyacinth and a deep blue pool. This is a garden of release. The commitment is, thy will be done. It's a feeling of harmony with the source of life that grows through the release of all separation from that source. It is as if I am changing the point of decisions in me from the lower to the higher self. I don't want to make mistakes today that come from making decisions and having reactions based on old beliefs and old habit patterns that no longer work for me. I don't want to feel insulted or hurt when people say things that aren't even meant to be that anyway, or even if they are. I need not feel hurt and anger, rejection, resentment. They don't serve me. They don't make my life more beautiful. And for this reason, I want the highest that is within me to respond to opportunities today. The teacher within me making my decision. And it is for this reason that I say, thy will be done, not mine. Not the will of the lower, the old self, but the will of the highest, the God self within me. And so I pass through the blue garden and higher into the violet. The 6th garden, the violet terrace. Perhaps violets line the path, and there may be orchids, iris, an arbor of grapes or wisteria. This is a garden of responsibility, and the commitment states, because I am now asking for strength, renewal, and inspiration, I commit myself to take responsibility for all that I receive. And by accepting responsibility in this violet garden for the talents and the abilities and the awareness that I'm given in this meditation, as I accept responsibility for it, the cloud parts. A brilliant light shines from the top of the mountain, light for my path coming from the highest point of consciousness within me to light the path before me. And I step on that lighted path, walking through the cloud to the top of the mountain. At the peak of the mountain there's a brilliant light, at least as brilliant as the sun itself. And I'm walking straight into the sun as I come to the top of the mountain. The light of the sun shines around me. I'm walking into it, walking into light that floods in and through and around me. I'm filled with the brilliance of this light. Every part of my being, from the top of my head, through myself, through my thoughts, through all that I am, flooded with the brilliance of light, warmth, the presence of the source of light itself. And the feeling is as if I swallowed the sun and it is shining out of me, shining through me until I have disappeared, and all that is light. And I sing the name of the source, of God, the source of being, the name Elohim. Elohim. A name that means all that God is, the masculine and the feminine of God, the plural name of God. All the attributes of God are invoked as I sing the name, repeat the mantra. The sound, Elohim, the name, repeats inside myself. Now cause your mind to think the name again and again, even now as we talk. As you meditate quietly at the top of the mountain, repeat the name, Elohim, Elohim. Fill your mind with Elohim, Elohim. And as you start the sound flowing through your mind rhythmically as a mantra, it is as if nature takes up the sound and repeats it with you. The sound is coming from a distant mountain, being sung from a mountain peak, and another voice takes it up and another. until it is as if a choir of angels were singing the name of God, Elohim, Elohim, Elohim. And the mountain itself, the rocks and hills, start to sing, Elohim, Elohim, Elohim. It isn't possible to call the name of God without a response of the presence of God. God is here within me, here within you, here with you. And this presence, the I am presence, one with God, goes with you across the top of the mountain, following a path again through a white garden, the garden of the mountaintop, the temple garden. And you'll come to a quiet, reflective pool, a place of washing and cleansing, a reflective pool in front of a great temple, a spectacular temple. Look at it now. See the shape and the size, the appearance of the temple. The appearance of this temple is a symbol of your attitude toward the source that dwells there. It may be a great cathedral, a synagogue. It may be the ancient temple of Solomon or a pyramid. It may be made of marble, gold, glass, diamonds. Spare no expense in creating a great temple to house the source of life itself. The source of wisdom lives there. There is in that temple a great library, a hall of records, a healing room, a place of study, a place to be alone with your teacher, your source, the teacher who walks with you. Cross over the quiet, reflective pool and enter into the temple. And as you enter the door of the temple, there's the sound of an affirmation that always comes. The Lord is in His holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before Him. And as you enter the temple, the doors close, and the sounds of life are shut outside. And inside, the sound, the singing sound of the name of God may continue, the mantram, Elohim, Elohim, as a choir of angels sings with you, Elohim. Look at the inside of the temple, perhaps a great sanctuary, and more than that, a working place. This is a place where you may come to remake yourself, to work on who and what you are. There is a burner here at the altar with a violet flame. You can put old thoughts and attitudes, old beliefs and habits into that flame, and you'll find them burned away until they become purest gold, refined. And this gold is the substance from which the Master makes a new you. As you take a golden nugget from the violet flame, made out of an old belief, and now a tool for new life, place that golden nugget on the altar. Give it to the source of your being and say, make me new. Recreate me in this time of silence. In this early morning, the beginning of my day, make me new. As I attempt to be pliable, yielding myself to recreation, new creation. There's a library here in this temple, a hall of records. See it, create it, see the door to the hall of records. On the door is written a promise, and the promise says, I will bring to thy remembrance all things whatsoever you have need of from the foundations of the world. As you approach the door, it opens. As you read the affirmation on the door swings open. And as you enter the door, you may find in the Hall of Records a librarian. And this librarian is not really imaginary. There is, in fact, a part of your mind, a facet of your mind that files away observations, ideas, thoughts, realizations about you. Selectively files away these images and thoughts, flashes of realization and inspiration, filed away as if in great books in a library. And as you ask for them in the quiet of meditation, they are brought again. And the librarian serves your teacher, your source, as well. There are books here. There are books of life, the book of life, a book about you. And as you come every morning to this librarian and ask, bring to me the book of life, that I may understand myself better. And in the quiet of the moment, I allow thoughts to come from the files, from the library of consciousness, coming to me that I may see myself better. And the dreams of last night are filed here. What did I dream last night? And what can I learn from these dreams? Maybe I will see in them the people that I work with, and I'll realize whatever is the character, the nature of that person is a facet of me. What can I find in me that that person reminds me of? And what was that in me doing in my dream last night? Perhaps I can use the realizations of the night to understand myself better today. Ask the librarian for assistance in understanding and recording your dreams even now, and cause realizations to come, direction, from the time of sleeping and dreaming. There is a healing window in the temple. This healing window is a window of communication and interface between you and the people you work with and live with. It's a window of blessing, a window of love. Begin to think right now of the people you will encounter today, the people you work with, the people you anticipate seeing, and bring these individuals one at a time into the window before you, the healing window, and shine through them the light of healing and enlightenment. And as you put an image into this healing window, begin to think from the source of your being, communicate. I love you, I care, I want to understand you. And try to communicate this sincerely, even to those who've been a threat or a difficulty to you in the past. If you can, in fact, evoke love from deep within you, even for those people with whom you have difficulty, and see their image in this window, project a smile onto their face, and say to them, I care, I want to understand you. There is a communication at a subtler level of your being that will allow the communication on the sensory level to become more understandable, more loving. Then especially bless your enemies. In this window, bring each one at a time. See the image of each individual and say to that person, I do love you, I care, I want to understand you better, and I want you to receive healing light from my own being, from within me, in this moment, wherever you are. May you feel a moment of light, enlightenment, love, appreciation, beauty, joy, healing. Bring your family into the window, one at a time. Your spouse, husband or wife, lover. Bring that person into the window See the face. Project a smile onto the face. Fill the body with vitality and life. Create an image of vitality and healing, wholeness and health. Give balance to all parts of the body and mind. And you may invoke an image of the source of life, an image of the Christ, an image of God. And see this person that you love resting in the arms of God with a loving relationship, so that perhaps that person, as you focus on them even now, will begin to respond to the presence in a loving and accepting, harmonious attunement. Bring your children into the window, or your brothers and sisters, co-workers and friends, people you will encounter today. And along with healing, say to them, I'm trying now to hear you at a subtler level, to increase my ability to communicate with you, to understand you and your point of view. I'm listening. And I want to build a greater bond, a better bond of communication between you and me, so that I can be effective in my relationship with you. Bless each one, heal each one. And if there are those you know who are ill and need assistance, bring each of them one at a time into the window now. Bring one who is ill into the healing window now, and look at all parts of the body. See the physical body, the skin, the color, the glow about the skin. And if it seems sickly or pale or discolored, recreate and give to that being a healthy glow. Create the colors of vitality and health about this person. With your love, allow love to change the color. And go deeper. See the skeleton, the bone structure of this person, and go even inside the bones with vitality, joy, life, light. Invoke the presence of the great physician, the Creator himself, to help you within the body of this person recreate and give vitality to the very bone structure. Look at the muscle structure of the body, the muscular system, and all parts of the tissue, the muscles, nerves, glands, circulation. Go through each system, system by system. Cleanse the blood now. Wash it, filter it. Give it healthy, bright red vitality, a glow of perfect health. Tune the nervous system with calm and rest and relaxation, harmony. Have the angels work with you. Invoke those forces by imaging the presence, by calling the names, by saying to the angels, work with me in healing this one that I care for. Help me to focus my love as an agent of healing for this individual. Go into the digestive system, the endocrine glands, the eyes, the brain, the heart, liver, kidneys, lungs, spleen, pancreas. The organs and glands of the body, giving healing, attunement, enlightenment. And now, having given care and warmth and love and vitality to those who might need healing in your life, see these, each of them for whom you would pray, in your healing window now, glowing with health, smiling, radiant, knowing that you have given love, a thought of kindness, and it's impossible to send a thought of joy, light, and life without having an effect. Allow yourself to be sure now that you have had a healthy effect on this person for whom you have cared. Assume that, and don't be surprised with the progress that they should make. Of course they will. You've asked for it, you've set a cause in motion, and it will produce a result. Now release these from the window and turn to yourself again. Put yourself in the window, an image of yourself. Now paint yourself with love, vitality, vibrance, life, and light. See yourself healthy, vitally alive, filled with wisdom, with joy, with energy. Relaxed and full of vitality. And speak to yourself. I love you. I accept who I am. I care about me. I know that I am all right. I take responsibility for self-confidence, for self-assurance, for self-respect and self-love. And where others fail to give me these things that I need so much to survive and be healthy, I will take that responsibility and give these things to myself. I will give myself respect. I will give myself love. I will have confidence in me and what I need to do. And I'll face this day as a joyous day. I expect this day to be joyous and happy. And I remember once again, this is a day in school, the great planetary school. I have a teacher. My teacher cares, and my teacher is responsible to lead me to those lessons I most need to learn. And as I leave this meditation in a few moments, I will begin an experience of life in which I will meet people on purpose, people carefully selected by my teacher. They may have negative reactions or responses. They may have weaknesses, problems. They may display symptoms. Their symptoms may be negative emotions. They may be hurtful, hateful. But those are symptoms. They are not meant for me. They are symptoms of the pain that other person is experiencing. I will realize that. I make a commitment to realizing that today. And I will not catch those symptoms. When others are angry, I need not catch that symptom and become angry as well. I don't need it. I will instead be a healer, and I will return love for anger. I can be firm. I can respect myself and command respect. And at the same time, I can be loving, and I need not be drawn into resentment, hurt, and hate. I don't want these feelings. I don't want those emotions. I want instead this day to be joyous, productive, a happy day in which I am a loved and loving being, a child God growing up to be what my Father is. Now allow yourself to begin the journey back out of the temple and down the mountainside to begin a joyous, productive day.